Hello,
Hey,
Tanner.
how are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to see you actually.
It's been a while. It's been a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were supposed to probably be almost back, I guess, in my neck of the woods by now, right? Like when was that was probably the plan, right? Season three was supposed to get going this summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, I missed even when you had just said you were like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I like miss hearing all the Canadian isms. Like it was like very comforting to hear. But
Yeah,
yeah, originally, I
yeah,
think we would have been back up there and enjoying another summer of sorts.
yeah. You've spent a bit of time now in Canada, in Toronto. You like it? You have any like favorite spots and things that you like to do when you're here already?
I had like a love-hate relationship with it because when I first arrived, it was winter in like April, and I was like, what are you guys living through? And then in
Yeah,
like 2 weeks, it changed to summer, like sweaty, hot summer. I love Trinity Bellwoods. I
that's a great spot.
Even right now, I long to like go picnic there. Like that was really a nice part of summer, and I loved patio season that you
Yeah.
guys
Well,
have.
I think I mean, it's depending on how things go. I feel like we could do season three, an all winter edition. You could show up in like the minus 30,
Oh
40-degree
no.
weather. It'll be beautiful. It'll be amazing. We'll just shoot
I'm
everything in the
so
snow.
I actually grew up in Pennsylvania, so I'm very familiar with the snow,
Yeah.
but I'm very ill prepared at the moment. I don't have good jackets. I don't have the like military grade stuff that you guys have, so I'd have to borrow.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
It
Now
is
it's cool to
tough.
see all your fans from all over the world tuning in, and it's probably gonna be cool for you that not too long ago this character was new and this
Hmm.
new person, and then you've brought Rose to the screen, and now you've got this like amazing fan following. People love the show. People love your character. That's got to be a really cool feeling.
It definitely is. It was very shocking at first, but
Yeah,
they're special. Aw,
Murdoch, huge fan,
Kurdog's
huge
image.
fan.
He's a huge.
Yeah, very
Wow.
dedicated.
Um,
His cosplay is amazing, by the way. I don't know, Kurdog. I don't know. He's a huge fan. His Robin looks almost as good as the real one.
it is true. Oh, Curran. Yeah, I like love these fans though because they're special. They're not just
Yeah,
like let me follow because I was watching your show. It's like no, like I know these characters. I love these characters. Like and then I'm honored to be included in that love now. So they're special and they're awesome.
yeah, it's very cool. And have your eyes like adjusted back to normal? Because I feel like it's got to be tough shooting with one eye. Like, do you when you're not shooting, do you switch the patch to even out the eye strain, or how does that work?
Wow, I really should have considered that. But no,
Yeah.
I didn't. I just kept it on one eye. I would lift it up sometimes,
Okay.
but honestly, it almost brought me into like Rose because it was kind of like this sucks, and then it's kind of like in turn turns to like this like attitude that Rose has. So
Yeah.
it always helped me a little bit.
I feel like yeah, you over time your one eye would just become that much stronger because it's getting the extra.
It's true.
It's like a
I was
superpower
very
in itself.
depth, like my depth perception was
Oh,
always a little off. Like I remember pouring water and I was like, please tell me, like I was like, can someone tell me if this is like on target for it to go in the cup?
so it must be tough then to do that and then to do all the physical sequences and all like the stunt work. Is like, how do you make sure that you're not, hitting someone in the face with a sword? Like, it's got to be tough to
Yeah,
achieve
it
that.
definitely is. That was something we were a little bit worried about, but we just then would wear eye patches during the practice,
Gotcha.
so we would get that better. And then a lot of the fighting is measured by arm length, so they always make sure that someone's just out of arm length, so there's
Uh,
no chance of contact even. Then of course we just have really great stunt team that does the hard stuff for us.
Good. That's what they're there for, and amazing work too. The show's got some really amazing sequences. I'm always so blown away to see it all come together. I'm like, how did they pull that off? Like there was like, I
Mhm.
mean, well, Curran we'll talk about later, but he's like dangling from like the edge of a building at one point. There's people like getting thrown through windows. Like you guys did a lot, especially season two. Like, oh man,
I saw that one video of Kurdog like hanging from the thing, and I was like, that's terrifying, but like also must have been so fun, like to be
Yeah.
dropped safely. Yeah, so seeing that setup, I wasn't even on set that day, so I love seeing all the technicalities of that.
Amazing. Well, we got some fan questions already, so let's bump over to a couple of these.
Okay.
Okay. Here's a fun one. What are your activities in quarantine? What are you doing to stay busy? What's going on?
Wow, good question. Um, I honestly don't have like one or two things. I think like every single day I just try to find like a hobby that I want to do. Um, so a lot of it has been like creative, like designing stuff on my like graphic design, but I also love watching shows and movies and reading depending on the day. Podcasts are huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have been obsessed with this show called Money Heist. It's like La Casa de Papel, like on Netflix. Have you heard
Yeah,
of it?
I've seen it pop up. It's always recommended. Yeah.
Hannah, you should watch it. So I also studied Spanish in like high school back then. You know, like we had one required language, so Spanish was my language, and I'm sure like French is for you guys. But so I know very basic Spanish, but this whole entire series is in Spanish. You should watch it in Spanish. Don't use the English dubbing. It's like terrifying. Um, but because of that, like I feel like I've been practicing my Spanish, and like I've also been doing Duolingo because of the show. I'm so obsessed. So
Amazing.
I highly recommend.
You're gonna come out of this like with so many new skills and sharpening your existing ones. It's gonna be perfect. Let's
That's
see
the
here.
hope.
Here's a good question. Have you read any of the comics with Ravager? Did you go back and did you read any of the stuff to kind of get, or did you want to start fresh? Because I know some people didn't want to read too much because they wanted to kind of make it, not really base it too heavily on maybe old versions of the characters. So how did you approach it?
Yeah, I definitely I went to the comic book store when I got the role, and I like was like low key. I was like, "Do you have any books on Ravager or whatever?" And then I just remember at the time the guy was like, "Oh, she's not that talked about, but we have a bunch of like books on Deathstroke or comic books on Deathstroke." So I do actually have some copies
Cool.
in my bedroom that I just read, and I mostly read it not to like learn her entire storyline, but to learn her essence and like even the dialogue that was written. Her like attitude and her sass and her like sarcasm is like written all over the book. So I always refer to that just to get her essence back. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. There's a ton of questions. Let's see what we got. Let's go back. Okay, here we go. I'm scrolling through a list right now, which is why it's weird. That's what I'm explaining what I'm doing, because I don't think you can see what I'm doing right now. But
I've been on your side, and I get the feeling. I'm just like staring at it like this.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a huge wall of questions, and I'm going through it. I'm like, okay, some of them are the same.
I'll try to read through these little common things.
Yeah, like Jamie just said, "I love you so much. You are amazing." So
there you
go.
Thank you, Jamie. I love you too.
And here's one here for another one from Jamie. What was your favorite scene to film? Did you have one that was particularly more special than the rest?
Yes. I would say like a lot of the fighting scenes were memorable, like the one with me and Dick at the very beginning, just because it was swords. I think all the fighting ones are very powerful. I also personally really liked in the very intro episode, I fly like through the air, and so they put me up on like a harness. And I just remember that was like really fun because I felt like a superhero. So I like those.
Cool. Well, before we continue on with the fan questions, something I've always wanted to do. This often comes up in interviews. People sometimes ask, like, what's the worst question you've ever been asked? So I've, you probably already have one in your head. So I've got a brand new segment I'm doing on my last week of Instagram Lives that's called Dumb Questions. So I've just got some straight up dumb questions to ask you, and let's try to navigate them. All right. First of all, this is actually a very hard question, but a dumb question. What day is it?
I actually know. It's Tuesday, but it's because
Is it?
Oh,
is it Tuesday?
Monday.
It's Monday.
Oh my God! See?
No!
That is so bad. It's literally Monday.
I had to check. I had to verify. I wasn't even sure.
Chelsea is at like -5 right now.
Okay, so do you know the actual
hilarious.
May what? That's the second part of it.
Oh my God, I can't even, I don't even know. Wait, it's May. I'm gonna guess. Is it
Oh, I don't. I think it's is it the
17th? 18th? 17th?
18th? 18th. Okay,
Mmm.
great start.
This is a great start.
That was supposed to be the easy one. Okay, your favorite scent of soap. What is it?
Oh, wow. Wow, these are good questions because like
Mhm.
we're all washing our hands so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I actually got excited because I whipped out a soap from Bath and Body Works that I've had, and it
Okay.
was like almond flavor. Like it was like almond something, almond vanilla
Oh,
maybe. It was so good, and I remember turning to my roommate. I was like, this smells so good. Like, what is going on? Like, why are we going crazy?
it's true though. It's true. People have.
Yeah.
I don't, and I think anything that smells like you can eat it is weird for me. Like people get like chocolate scented stuff, like candles. I'm like,
Mm,
man, that's a little weird
yeah.
for me. I'm
This
not.
one's different. It's almond blossom from Bath and
Okay,
Body Works. It's
I'm on
I
that.
don't
I'm
know.
on board with that.
It's good.
Okay, do you save your stickers or do you stick them? Because I feel like a lot of people like to save them, but then you end up like becoming an adult and you're like, I have all these stickers I never used. So
I'll show you what I do with my stickers.
you
Because
stick them?
I do collect them. Actually, I have, so one thing is I have a Polaroid wall.
Oh,
And
amazing.
we'll do things like that. But the other thing is, oh my God, I have so much trash, but I have a trash can that is literally
Amazing.
like all crazy like stickers. So
You
that
stick
has
them.
become my use of stickers for now.
Because I know when I was a kid, I just saved them because I was like, if I stick them, then they're gone forever. Like you're committing. So I was like, I never could commit.
I have that too. Not on Titans, but another show I did, Daybreak. We were
Okay.
given like exclusive stickers, and I haven't been able to put them on anywhere because I'm like, these are so special, and there's like they're one of a kind. I'm just gonna keep them.
Okay, if you could replace all the grass in the world with something else, what would it be?
I quite like grass. I don't have grass where I am. It's
Okay,
like
so grass is it.
California is like,
Okay.
yeah, I like grass, I'd say.
Okay. And oh man, let's do one more. This is a okay, let's go this one. What's the most annoying sound in the world? What is it for you?
Um,
Is there something that you
oh,
hear that you're like, nope.
I can't say. I not
Okay.
right, not off the top of my head, but like if you watch Money Heist, one of the character laughs are so annoying. But I love him for it, but it's so annoying.
Okay.
It's like it's like that kind of laugh. It's so annoying. But
Yeah.
I love him too, so it's okay.
Yeah. Some people's laughs are scary. Like, like there are people that in a social setting will laugh and like the whole group like goes quiet for a second. It's very jarring. So
It's true.
there is I'll give you that. That makes sense. Well, thank you so much. That was I feel like that was a success because
I love stupid questions, dumb questions, whatever this segment is.
we could do. I got a ton, but we got to go. Let's get back to a couple more fan questions, and then
Let's do it.
we got something else planned for the end. So let's go here. Okay, here. Okay, well, here's another like question that. Okay, hold on. What's on? Okay, here's a good one. What? Speaking of quarantine, what is something that you really want to do once quarantine is over? Do you have something that you're like dying to get out and do?
Yes, but I don't think we'll be able to when it's over. But I want to go to like a concert and dance. Like I want to be in a crowd of people and like dance and stuff. But I don't even think that's the first thing that'll happen. So
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I feel like it's going to be like stages, and then who knows? I think the clubs and the dance scene will be further down the line. I don't know. Here we go. Did we kind of talked a little bit about this, but did playing the character roles did it require some hard physical training? Like, what was the process before you actually stepped on set for the first time? Did you have what did you have to really go through?
right. I just had to learn a lot of basic fight combat, like stage combat kind of stuff. I went to a training center in LA for a couple times. And then when I got to Canada, it was like maybe 2 or 3 times a week or whenever I felt like going in. and we would run it for like 2 or 3 hours, I would say,
Wow.
each time. Yeah. But it was all like fun in a weird sense.
It's true. It's therapeutic to like punch things and flash things, and yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Now, I don't know if we can say much about this or even if you know anything, but here's a good last question here. What are we expecting for your character in season 3? Do we know anything of what's coming, or can we say anything, or can you, I mean, yeah.
I don't know anything.
Okay.
I don't know anything. I know less than Curran. Ask Curran.
Okay. Well, everyone, yeah, please migrate these questions over to Curran in a little bit.
To Curran, yeah.
He's got the scoop on everything. Everyone just
Yeah.
bombard Curran with spoiler questions after this. But before we wrap up, I've been doing this at-home show and tell with everybody at the end of the interviews. People are all stuck in their places, surrounded by all their stuff. So do you have an item you could present to the class, Chelsea? A little show and tell?
I actually do. I'm gonna go to my room for it. So during quarantine, another thing that I've been trying to do for work is like voiceover. So it's like transitioning from on-screen to voiceover.
Cool.
I've always had an agent, but it's the only thing alive right now. So I had to like upgrade my system, I guess. So I made this makeshift like recording box here, and I just made it.
Wow.
It's so ratchet that it has like tape falling off, but it works. It really works. So that's my little show and tell for today.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of people are doing that because it's a way to keep working. But it's funny that when like, I think there's gonna be so much animation and voiceover in the next little while that if people only knew it was recorded in like a shoebox on someone's bed. Like I know people that record.
That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is they even say like they want to know what your exact setup is because you're not going into the studio. It's like they're just going to take like raw files from your house, which is, I'm like, okay, I need to upgrade. I need to set up something.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of productions are doing like home studio tests to make sure you have a certain quality, because then they can literally like Skype you in, coach you through the session, record all the audio, and then that's it. So like, it's weird to think that like there'll be so much animation that'll be recorded with people in their underwear in their bedroom at home. Or with like a towel. I know the old trick too some people use is they'll like sit on their bed and they'll throw like a towel or a blanket over their head to absorb
the unglamorous filming process. And
you're like sweating between takes. You're like, oh god, you gotta like come up for air because you got.
And you can't even like put the AC on, right? Because it's like gonna make noise. So you're.
If people only knew the
Where's
other
the
side
union? Yeah.
It's not all glamorous.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and thanks for everyone who's watching. I know there was a ton of comments. I've been seeing all you guys. Hello from Russia. Hello from, I saw Portugal come up.
all these like languages. Beautiful. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's very cool. Hola. Oh my God, there are a lot of people. But that's anything you want to say before we wrap up to everybody who's watching, or anything? I'll take the floor. What do you? Anything?
I am just really thankful for all you guys for tuning in, and I have a question for Tanner, just in general. But what have you heard in terms of like, the industry in Canada, like opening up? I feel like things are a little more controlled there than say LA. But yeah, I was curious about that. Yeah,
I'm not sure what the last official word is on things, but I know there was talks that they were going to start allowing like production, like meetings and pre-production stuff to start up. So that maybe is a good sign as far as full productions go. I think it's further down because it's all in phases here. Like it's like a tiered, phase process. So phase 1 just happened. It's like golf courses are open and like maybe tennis courts or whatever's like safe. And then phase 2 is like our park benches were closed up until about a week ago. They took the tape off of all the benches. So
wow.
So things like that have to go, and Ari's saying hi. We adopted a dog. Oh, hold on. Have you?
You're so lucky. All the LA shelters are pretty much, they've given out their dogs.
Well, we wanted to, do the same thing, help out with the dogs in the shelters. And we became a dog fosters, and then we foster failed, and now he's officially our pup. So,
Aw.
but yeah. So to answer your question, it depends on all those phases before it and
Right.
how well they do. But I heard, like, I talked to my agent and she said it'll be at least probably a couple months because I think she last heard it was like phase 5, and each phase is about 2 weeks, and I think we're going on to phase 2. So yeah, but at any point, if like there's a second wave or something hits, we roll back to the beginning. So it's, yeah, I don't really know. Kelsey, do you know? By the way, you should say hi, Kelsey. Kelsey's here too.
Hi, Kelsey.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Do you know anything? Kelsey knows more. Kelsey, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice to see you.
Oh, I miss you.
Miss you too. I was hoping to see you by now.
I know.
But honestly, it snowed a couple weeks ago, so really be glad you're not here.
I actually heard about that. That's crazy.
Very much still winter here.
What do you know about the?
I think they're just allowing, like, it's still illegal to gather more than 5 people together. So
Oh yeah.
it'll
Can't
be
make a
while-
movie that way.
Yeah, it'll be a while before we can do.
Well, some places are shooting already, but they're taking like certain precautions. Like they're shooting with like long lenses. Like the actors can't mix. Like there can't be. I think it's only like 2 actors at a time can shoot, and they use like angles to so that way you can have dialogue but not even be in the same real room, really, right? You can just
Wow.
shoot. So I heard that. What was the country? Was it Australia? That was.
Yes, I heard Australia went back.
Yeah, because they broke the crew up into like 4 like sections so they could like shoot different units. So that way, if someone was say got sick, they could just close that unit down and keep one together free. But yeah, it'll be a bit. So, but hopefully we all wash our hands, stay 6 feet apart, don't touch our faces, and then we can have you back in Toronto and get started.
Mari,
Yeah,
is
seriously.
gonna start with productions of 50 or less.
Oh, okay. Mari just said they're going to start.
Bye.
Mari knows everything. She just texted me that they're going to start with productions with 50 or less. So small crew, small cast.
So indie films, indie projects.
Yeah. So I guess that's that.
Oh, you know how you're talking to Asher later in the week? I know him, but we worked together on Andy Mack because I was on Andy Mack for like a couple episodes. So
Sweet.
I was like,
Tell him
oh,
to say hi.
Asher. But then I realized he must have been on Shazam. Is that how you guys all met?
Yeah, so we met on set here in Toronto, and and then along the way, because on the Comic-Con circuit, he and Jack and Zach had appeared at a few of the cons that I had done. So I'd run into him in Calgary, and then I think down in the U.S. and like Boston or something like that too. But yeah, just like, and then I think it's San Diego. It's one of those things where you just like keep going to things and running into people again and again. So, but that's cool. I'll tell him you say hey, because that's awesome. Small world.
It is a small world.
Well, thank you so much, pal. Thank you for
Yeah, it was
taking
so
the
good
time.
to talk to you guys.
And stay safe out there. And get back. Hopefully, you'll get back to Toronto sooner than later.
Yeah.
Before snow, because
I know.
nobody wants that.
Yeah.
All right, pal.
Stay safe.
Take care.
Love you guys.
See you later.